going on, Falcon fan? This your boy Ricondo. Come back at you with another video. So today we're gonna give some quick Atlanta Falcon news, and then we're gonna talk about the 2021 draft class and what we can expect for those guys this year going into their second year. So guys, before we get into that, if you have not already, go ahead and please subscribe to the channel. Please hit that notification bell so I know you guys can know when I drop another video. Please hit the like button so I know you guys like to hear what I talk about. Then please share my video throughout the YouTube universe and more people can come in and hear me talk about these Atlanta Falcons. So like I said, quick news. I want to go ahead and congratulate Atlanta Falcon legend Michael Vick for coming out of retirement to participate in the fan control football league that's out there. And when I read up on this, I was kind of excited because I know if you guys like me, back when Vick was in the league and we had Madden, everybody wanted to pick the Atlanta team and play with Michael Vick. He was like unstoppable in that game. And then Madden. So now it's sort of the same thing. Fans get to call plays. I just hope one of the fans don't go out and call like every time they want Michael Vick to actually do a quarterback draw or something like that, because he might get tired out, something like that. But I think it's exciting. They said that the league actually had some of its more viewership this year, with Terrell Owen being in the league, of course, Johnny Manziel being in the league, and now Michael Vick. He's supposed to be coming back May 28th, so that's downtown for a lot of football fans. Not a lot of things going on, so we can definitely look out on that and see can we reminisce of some of the stuff that Michael Vick used to do. I thought he was one of the most talented players Atlanta Falcons ever had. He was excitement every time you went to the game. You knew what you was gonna get out of Michael Vick. So once again, congratulations to Michael Vick, who's now 41 years old, coming out of retirement. All right, so let's talk about the 2021 draft class. And the old saying, all the cliche sayings about the jump a player should have from year 1 to year 2. We definitely hope that these guys are going to be able to do that this year. You can't really give a grade on this draft class yet, because usually you have to wait about 3 years to decide whether the draft class was a good draft class or not. See if the guy was able to hit their stride in the NFL. Remember, some guys take longer than other guys, so 1 year definitely does not mean that these guys are going to actually be, great in the league or even bad in the league, depending on how their first year turned out. So real quick, we're just going to go down this list, look at these guys, what they did last year, and what they possibly could do this year. All right, so let's start off with the number 4 overall pick, Kyle Pitts. Really don't have to say a whole much about that. I think Kyle Pitts lived up to the hype as being the highest picked tight end in the league at number 4. Almost broke the rookie receiving record that Mike Dicker hold. He had 1,026 yards, 15.1 yards average. Only thing that hurt Kyle Pitts was the number of touchdowns. We definitely need to see an uptick in that this year. With that 6'6" body, that wingspan that he has, we should be able to get more than one touchdown. So hopefully we can try to get Kyle Pitts more touches in the red zone this year. But Pro Bowler, first year, he lived up to the hype. And just remember, he just scratching the surface being a rookie, so he's only should get better. So sky's the limit for Kyle Pitts. I actually saw somebody put out there saying his ceiling is in space. So I kind of would agree with that. Kyle Pitts, the sky's the limit for him. So that was a great pick. And I can already say that we're going to get him an A on that pick for Kyle Pitts. Next player, Richard Grant. I kind of talked about him yesterday when I highlighted our projected starters for the defensive backfield. I do think Richard Grant is going to be able to start this year, but he had a rocky start last year for Richard Grant. Like I said, he was not able to get on the field right away. Dean Pease said he was having trouble learning the playbook. So Richard Grant had 35 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, and 1 forced fumble. So hopefully we can definitely see Richard Grant have a better production this year. If he start, that's going to be great. So somebody compare, because the way Richard Grant hits, his physicality, we should expect a whole lot of him. And he was a second round pick for us at number 40. So we definitely need to be able to get Richard Grant to actually play better this year. Next guy is Jalen Mayfield. I still can remember when they drafted this guy, looking at some of his film where he was pushing guys out of bounds, his physicality. I think that's what attracted the Atlanta Falcons to Jalen Mayfield. He's a physical guy, big, 6'5", 320 pounds. He actually played tackle at Michigan. Of course, you know what happened. He got moved to playing guard to start the season, which he was not supposed to play guard. He was supposed to be, brought along slowly. We had an injury to our left guard, so Jalen Mayfield had to step in, and we pretty much don't chronicle his play last year. He probably was one of the worst left guards in the league. He had 9 penalties, which was tied for 8th most. And he had gave up 11 sacks, which was the first most. So for Jalen Mayfield, his only trajectory should be up. Of course, they really didn't bring in a lot of veterans to actually compete against Jalen Mayfield, probably except Kobe Gossick, but that's really, we don't know how that's going to work out. And of course, they signed Justin Schaefer this year as a rookie. So obviously, this coaching staff, this front office must have a lot of belief in Jalen Mayfield is going to improve. Well, like I said, he can only go up. Hopefully, we really will see that jump from year 1 to year 2 for Jalen Mayfield. So that's what they're hoping. Let's just see in that position. Darren Hall, who was number 108 overall in the 4th round. Darren Hall actually got a chance to start. He had 1 start this year, 27 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, and a sack. The reason I think he actually got his playing time, he was in 14 games, and because, like I said, we highlighted yesterday that Isaiah Oliver went down, and Dean Pease was trying to fill that nickel spot by committee. So Darren Hall was thrown in there. I like Darren Hall, kind of forgotten man, being at cornerback, because we brought Isaiah Oliver back, we brought in Casey Hayward, but he was a 4th round pick overall, a good depth piece for the Atlanta Falcons. That's probably why they was able to let somebody like Kendall Sheffield go, but Darren Hall is definitely going to be good for this cornerback room moving forward. Like I said, he got a lot of experience last year, and if he called upon this year, he'll come in and hold it down like he did last year. All right, Taquin Graham was number 148 overall in the 5th round. I thought he was kind of a light defensive tackle they brought in, but I did like his explosiveness that he had. Taquin Graham was actually in 13 games. He actually started 5 games, so 5 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss. So not a lot of production there for us the stats, but if you go look on the film, he made a lot of plays. And what you want your tackles to do is to clog in the middle, so your linebackers can go in and make those tackles. If the offensive line is occupied with the defensive lineman, everybody else should be able to get in and wreck the plays up like we want. I think too many times a lot of our guys was getting blown off the ball, and the offensive lineman for the other team was able to get up to the second level and put hats on our linebackers, and that's why when you saw tackles being made 5 or 6 yards down the field, that's not what we want to see. So Taquin Graham, I know he's in the lab. I know he want to play a whole lot better this year, and we're going to see what he'll be able to bring this year. Could be the reason why the Atlanta Falcons did not address the defensive line like a lot of us thought they would more. So the year 1 to year 2 jump for Taquin Graham, hopefully that is going to be a big deal. All right, next guy at number 182, Antetokounmpo Ogundeji. This guy right here, believe it or not, actually started 11 games out of 16 games, 33 tackles, 5 tackles for a loss, 1 sack, and 1 blocked field goal. Of course, you know, all the hype on bringing in Lorenzo Carter, bringing in Arnold Ebiketie. We kind of forget about Ogundeji, who actually had a pretty good season for a rookie, being the 5th round pick. So we don't want him to get lost in the shuffle. I think he's gonna actually definitely gonna improve this year as well. Having somebody like Lorenzo Carter come in, have somebody like Arnold Ebiketie, somebody like D'Angelo Malone coming in, that I think that pass rush room is definitely going to be a whole lot better this year. But Ogundeji, he's going to improve. He already has the length with his long arms. Just need to work on some of his pass moves, work on some more setup moves, and make sure he because I think he got caught up a lot in the inside, not being able to contain. That's one of the biggest things that I know Dean Pease did not like, letting the quarterback get on the outside when your job is to make sure you contain on the outside. So, but Ogundeji's definitely had a pretty good year, and you can only see the upside from Ogundeji. Next guy is Avery William, cornerback. Avery actually started 1 game himself at cornerback, but he actually made his bones on special teams. He as a punt returner, he had 20 punt returns, 153 yards. Kick returner, 23 returns for 490 yards. In kick return, he averaged 21.3 yards a return, which is pretty good. So Avery Williams, definitely going to see what role he actually plays. It was mentioned that he could actually play some little offense as well because of his elusiveness and his skill set. But Avery Williams, like I said, he fell in that same category with Darren Hall, trying to play that nickel role by committee. I know for a fact he probably wanted that Dallas Cowboy game. He probably want that game back because that's one of his worst games that he played this season. But he was a rookie, so that's expected. But Avery Williams, I think we finally got a returner that we can depend on that can actually make plays. We always talk about special teams and being a big part of the game. Some people kind of forget about that, but the return game can be a big deal for us. And if Cardell Patterson is not going to be running back kickoffs, Avery Williams was a good substitute for that role. All right, and then last, number 187 overall in the 6th round, Frank Darby. Really don't have a whole lot to say about Frank Darby because he was really not afforded an opportunity to show his skill set, to show what he's going to be able to do. He only had 4 targets for one catch last season. So this is, in essence, I think Frank Darby really needs to shine in the off season. Need to shine in OTAs that they have, the mini camps that they have, and then in training camp. Frank Darby really needs to show out, especially with all the veteran receivers that was brought in. And like I said, I think 4 of those slots probably already taken up. So if the Falcons keep 6, like I think they're probably going to keep, that leave 2 spots open for a numerous of guys to try to make the roster. So Frank Darby was a draft pick last year, but he was picked in the 6th round. He's going to have to show what he can do, during practices. And hopefully he'll be able to get out there during the preseason and show what he got as well. But I think out of all the draft picks, Frank Darby was the one that actually got the least to be able to prove what he actually can be able to bring to the NFL. Did play a lot of special teams, but as a receiver, we really don't know what we got in Frank Darby. He's one of two receivers that coming back to this squad this year. Him and Olamide Zaccheaus. So a lot of talk about the free agents we brought in. A lot of talk about the draft picks that we drafted this year. But for this regime, this is their first draft class that they drafted, and by drafting these guys, they want to be able to say they're right. Of course, just like any regime started off their first draft class, they want at least 3 or 4 of these guys to hit. Looking at the board right now, Kyle Pitts, Richard Grant, hopefully, Okendeji, Avery Williams, and Taquin Graham. All those guys could definitely hit. Darren Hall, like I said, could definitely be backup corner in this league for a long time. Even give some starter spots. Avery Williams is a great returner, like I said. So as we looking right now, looking at the 2021 draft class, I can say that they have the opportunity to actually contribute to this Atlanta Falcons and help us get back into the playoffs. But for this year, they definitely need to take that jump, the cliche jump that everybody says from year 1 to year 2, to see can they really contribute. A lot of these guys are going to get the opportunity to do that, but let's see what happens. This draft class, along with the great draft class that they had this year, this is the future of the Atlanta Falcons right now, these young guys. So let's see what happens with them. You guys let me know which one of these guys take Kyle Pitts out, because we already know what Kyle Pitts is going to do. Any other guys that you think that have a chance to actually have a great jump this year, just let me know. For me, I'm hoping Jalen Mayfield has the greatest jump, because if he does, that'll be great for our offensive line. And then, of course, Ogundeji, our pass rush. We need to make sure we got multiple guys that can get after the quarterback. So those are the 2 guys that I'm looking for. And I have to say Richard Grant, being a 2nd-round pick, being the safety, a hard-nosed safety, we got to be able to see that position rise up as well. So, guys, that's all I have. Let me know what you think about this 2021 draft class. And this is your boy Ricondo coming back at you with another video. Peace!